What's going on, guys? Today we're going to learn about multiplying binomials. So I'm not sure if you've ever learned this before. If you have, maybe you've heard of the FOIL method, F-O-I-L. I won't be teaching that method because I think there's a better way to learn it, and it helps you in the long run not to learn little tricks. So what I mean by multiplying binomials, by is the prefix that means two, and nomials is talking about terms. So a binomial is two terms. So x plus 7, for example, x is one term, 7 is another. X is one term, negative 3 is the other. So we're going to be multiplying two binomials. So the key is that everything on the left side needs to get multiplied by everything on the right side. So this is very similar to the distribution you've already done very, very recently, but now we have two things on the left side that we're going to multiply by instead of just one. So normally you're used to seeing something on the outside and then maybe a couple things on the inside like that, but now the left side has more than one thing. So now we have two binomials. So here we go. The way to do it is we're going to start off with the very first thing on the left side, which is a positive x, and that gets multiplied by everything on the right side. So x times x, x squared, and then we got to multiply also by this positive 7. So x times positive 7, 7x. All right, once you're done multiplying the x by everything on the right, now you have to multiply the negative 3. Make sure you take the whole negative, and you take the whole number, meaning make it negative, negative 3. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 7, negative 21. And now we just simplify, which we already learned means combine like terms. So here's my like terms. I have x squared plus 4x minus 21. And that is my final answer. No more like terms, no parentheses, nothing I can do. So I'm completely simplified. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more. But before we do, I want you to pause the video and see if you can do this one. So remember, multiply everything on the left side by everything on the right side, and then combine like terms. So pause me, please. All right, let's see if we got the same answer. So the first thing we're going to do is take this 3x, positive 3x, multiply it by negative 5x. So negative times a positive is a negative 15, and x times x, that wasn't good, is x squared. All right, 3x times this whole negative 2, negative 6x. All right, and now we got to take this negative 6, multiply it by negative 5x. That's a positive 30x. Negative 6 times negative 2, positive 12. All right, now we're going to go ahead and combine like terms, which are these ones. That drops down. 30 minus 6, positive 24, and plus 12, and we are done. So hopefully you got that answer. If you didn't, hopefully you learned from your mistake. Okay, the next thing we're going to do really quick is talk about perimeter versus area. So I know you learned about this in the past, probably back in, I don't know, 7th or 8th grade. And we're going to kind of bring it back, but I want to remind you some things. So perimeter, if you forgot, means you're going to add all the sides together, okay? So let's go ahead and just put some numbers here. We'll make this length 10 centimeters, and we'll make this length 4 centimeters. And I'm going to tell you it's a rectangle. In fact, I'll go ahead and put the 90-degree angles here. So now we know for sure it's a rectangle. There we go. So the perimeter is to add all the sides. I underlined all to make sure you know that there's 4 sides. So how do we find the perimeter? 10 plus 4, right? No, we have 2 more sides. So the bottom side is also 10, and the far left side is also 4. So if you saw a problem like this, it's okay to write 10 here, and it's okay to write 4 here. But you don't need to, it's just a given. So 10 plus 4 plus 10 plus 4 equals 28. 28 what? 28 centimeters. Okay, so the perimeter means you just add up all the sides. It's just the length of something. All right. Area, on the other hand, we multiply our base times our height. So the base usually means the bottom, and the height means going directly up and down from the bottom directly up 90 degrees to the top. So in this case, our height, let's use a different color. Our height is 4. And our base is 10. See, so here's our base and here's our height. Okay, so to find the area, now we can use this color. Area, we take the base, which is 10, and we multiply it by the height, which is 4. And we get 40. 40 what? 40 centimeters squared, or some people call it square centimeters. So you see this type of measurement a lot if you're going to get flooring. You're going to put in new flooring, tile, that type of deal. You basically buy it by the square foot. So you buy it by area, you don't buy it by length. So this is a good example. So make sure whenever you do problems like this, you give me the right unit. If it's area, it needs to be something squared. And if it's perimeter, it just needs to have the units in there. All right, the last thing I want to show you really quick, and then I'm done, is what if we have something like this. Right, so one side looks like this, and one side maybe looks like this. Think about how the perimeter and area would look. So I'll get you started. Perimeter is add all the sides. So one side is x plus 6, plus one side is x plus 2. And we really have another x plus minus 6 and another x plus 2. So there's one side, there's one side, there's one side, and there's one side. And we're going to add them all up, right? So this would give us how many x's? 1, 2, 3, 4x. And a negative 6 and a positive 2 is negative 4. Do it again is another negative 4, which gives us a negative 8. So my perimeter is this. Let's call this inches this time. So now this is my perimeter. Make sure you put the inches. We'll just put IN. Area is base times height. Base is this. Height is this. And now this looks very similar to some notes that I gave you in this same video. So I'm not going to finish it for you, but this is part of it right here. This is part of it, but go ahead and finish it, right? Go ahead and finish it and then give me the final answer. All right, guys. go ahead and go work on the assignment. Let me know if you have any questions.